Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next lesson in Su-25 Cadet Series. This time we're going to take a look at how to employ our cannon. The cannon is a GSh-30-2. That means it is made by two gentlemen called Gurevich and Shibanov. They are icons in Russian gun making, just like Mr. Kalashnikov. And they know what they are doing. They know their craftsmanship. The cannon, as you can see under the belly there, on the Su-25T, it is mounted outside. And it is a 30mm with two barrels. That is how Russian cannons are named. GSh is short. The G is for Gurevich and the SH is for Shibanov. Then dash 30, the millimeters, dash 2 means two barrels. Just like you have the Shilka anti-aircraft artillery, it is called ZSU. That is short for self-propelled anti-aircraft artillery in Russian. The S is for self-propelled because you have ZU, that is just the trailed one. But the Shilka is called ZSU 23-4. That means 23mm and 4 barrels. It is a very simple system to know. So if it only has one barrel, it is not named like that. It is just named like the 30mm in the Su-27. It just named GSh-30. Some put the one after it, but not everyone. So we know if it does not have a number after the millimeter, it is just a single barrel. The cannon is pretty effective. It is a 30mm, but it is not a rotary gun. It is a 30mm cannon. In the Royal Danish Army, we call everything from 20mm and up for cannons. Everything below that is either machine gun or anything, or rifle or pistol. Depends on the category. So I will call it a cannon and not a gun. Also in Russia, I believe it is called a cannon and not a gun. So, when to use the cannon? The cannon is a last-ditch weapon. That means when you're out of everything else, you use that. You can use it against air targets and ground targets. It is not effective in any way against tanks. Do not waste your time or ammo using it against tanks. Use it against infantry, fighting vehicles and everything below that. So armored personnel carriers, vehicles, infantry and planes, drones, UAVs and so on. So the faster you dive against a target, the higher penetration power it has. I do not know if DCS has this model, but if the muzzle velocity is 300 meters per second, that is Mach 1, 1000 kilometers per hour, and you dive at the target with 500 kilometers per hour, suddenly the projectile is traveling at 1500 kilometers per hour. That is why that the cannon is more effective in Su-25 or in any fixed wing than if mounted in helicopters. As I said, I do not know if that is modeled in the in DCS, but hey. The way to switch to the cannon is by using the controls cannon. Use that control to switch to and away from the cannon mode. In the Su-25T, wind is corrected for in the sight, so just put the sight on the target. But please note that the aiming computer uses the wind at the platform around your aircraft. It does not know the wind at the target, so you can miss anyway, and it also shoots in person. As you can see down here, the K here means full ammunition. It has 1/2 half ammunition, and 1/4 is quarter, and the zebra stripe, just like up here, indicates empty. If you want to go all gung-ho, which is highly not recommended, you can use the cutoff burst, or burst cutoff, depending on how we say it. Cutoff burst. That means if you activate that function, the gun will fire as long as you hold in the trigger. Just note that you will be wasting a lot of ammunition. Short controlled burst is always the best. I spent 2.5 years as a mechanized infantry, a Panzergrenadier in the Royal Danish Army, and short control burst is everything. Doesn't matter if it's the light machine gun, the MG3/MG42, heavy machine gun 12.7, or even our F-16 pilots and now F-35 pilots. Short control burst. Everything else is just waste of ammo, unless you're laying down suppression fire. If you lay down suppression fire, you just hold in the trigger and then you just sweep the enemy. So, if you use the cutoff burst, you can see down here on the panel that thing. If that switch is in the up position, you have limitation on. It is easy to remember that up on. If it is down, cutoff burst is disabled. That means full fun. But up on. So let's hit for our target. Go into add to ground mode, cannon mode. As you see on our monitor, hot, you have your aiming paper here, and only when you are within maximum and minimum range is the paper accurate. That means if I fire my gun now, my rounds will not hit over there. Only when it is within a limitation, and we have LA for launch authorized. When that lights up, the rounds will hit very close to the center of that. The little number here means that we have 4/4 of ammunition storage left, and 4/4 is another word for full. It will slowly drop down as you spend your rounds. It is advisable to use the laser rangefinder to get the most accurate range and therefore highest effectiveness of the cannon. And remember, the faster you go in real life, the higher penetration power. I do not know if Being Dynamic have modeled that, but I'm gonna throttle up anyway. Let's go for the APCs. Let's dive. Lasers on. Release press on the rudder. Observe impact. Not bad, not bad. no kills, but I'm sure that I did hit a lot of them. I want to bet you that if I go into attack view, I will see that I did hit a lot of them. So let's go for another run. Remember that the more lined up, the more down the convoy you can come in, the better. So I'm aiming for places off. I'm aiming for the same convoy now. This is pretty good. Lasers on, release pressure on the throttle, on the rudder.
Pull up, pull up.
Lasers off. And target has been destroyed. And we still have 3/4 of ammunition left. So as you can see, the cannon is not something you're going to use against respectable air defense units. Even the ZSU or ZU-23 trailed anti-aircraft gun, no, don't try. There's a higher chance he'll hit you than you'll hit him.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Okay, the infantry is pretty effective at hitting. So let's try the cut off and then just hold in at the trigger to empty the magazines. I'm going for the infantry. I saw them on the other side. Well, no, going for the radar side. And I will most likely die.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Yeah. So that is how you use the cannon. Built-in cannon on the Su-25T.